It was like a kick in the gut to me to become so fully aware that I have not done well raising my son as a hardcore feminist, trying so hard to educate the masculinity out of him his whole life. Woo, that is a big realization to have. And first of all, it takes a very strong masculine within yourself to even hold that self-assessment. Today is his birthday, 32 years old, and I see how he struggles navigating his life as if without a compass. He does not trust women and has no self-confidence. How can I undo the damage or at least get over this deep, deep sadness I feel for how I have done him wrong? Oh my God, that like touches me very deeply. This is it. This is it. You're already doing it. You're already doing it. Literally, this question, what you wrote, you're already doing it. Energetically, spiritually, I believe that. Like, as you are doing this work, it is being inside of yourself, which is to own and acknowledge how your own self-defenses and how your own fear may have propagated and perpetuated fear and injury. Like, that's the work. That's it. And also holding self-compassion, right, can be a very trite concept. I think holding understanding, a deep understanding about why you did that. So why did you become a militant feminist? Why? Probably because you had good reason to be afraid that a man would kill you. I mean, at least that's my narrative. You had really good reason, right? And you developed this perspective that, of course, then was socially condoned. And you committed to hating half of you, right? Which is your masculine energetically, right? And you had really good reason for doing that. So don't take the bait of self-flagellation and power over this part of you that knew what it was doing and that had very good reason. In fact, I would say number one thing to do is to find the positive intent for the way that you mothered. Because you let a part of yourself take the wheel, and that part of yourself said, my job is to make sure that this boy does not hurt women. And here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to make sure that he obeys, complies, pleases me, and is a good boy. That part had very positive intent and a good reason. So get in touch with that, number one. Number two, apologize. So I always say there's no statute of limitations on parental remorse, right? So literally think about everyone listening. Think about some really fucked up, shitty, disturbing thing that happened to you in your childhood, whether it was like from a teacher or a babysitter or a sibling or a parent. And think about the seeming perpetrator coming to you now, probably decades later, and saying, you know what? I gave this some deep consideration. I can't stop thinking about it all these years. And I am really sorry for what I did. I wish I had known, that I could do better. Is there any moment, like literally until your friggin' deathbed, that you wouldn't welcome that? No. I bet the answer is no. So own it and apologize. And you don't have to prostrate yourself and flagellate yourself. When you know better, you do better, right? That Maya Angelou quote I always love. So now you're like, wow, I really see that there were some ways that I used my power and my authority as a mother that may have smothered you, right? And may have left you feeling like your predatory, aggressive, masculine essence was wrong, right? I am really sorry for the ways that I contributed to that. I'm just understanding them now. And I welcome, anything that you want to share with me about the ways that I may have made it difficult for you to be a man in the world. Like, how could that ever not be? And whether it's a letter or an email or an in-person thing or whatever it is, I would say that's number two. And then number three is to begin the practice of making this man bigger, right? So begin the practice of allowing him to sit in his authority. right? So how can you literally let him, you do not fix his life. That's the whole point. You're not fixing his life. He is going to do it. And you're going to trust him to do that, right? There's no way you're going to make him confident, make him successful, make him like women, make him have healthy relationships. No, you own it and you release him to his agency. That is the trust that most mothers, I think, not having sons myself, being a woman myself, but that most mothers have great challenges in allowing their sons to be angry, to seek, retribution and revenge, to be in their aggressive selves and to know what is right for them in defiance of your preferences. He may be doing that already. There may be ways that he's living his life that are a big fuck you to you, that are part of sort of the, I don't want to say misplaced because it's all right. However, a part of the sort of like dynamic that you both are still in. I don't know if that's true. But I would say that the ways that you can reflect to him, you've got this, and maybe even go so far as to like show appreciation, admiration, and respect for the aspects of his life that he is doing right. And maybe even ask him his opinion, right? For his guidance, right? Because a lot of what Rapani says are like, the only woman in a man's life who a man defers to and seeks guidance from is his mother. But then when he becomes an adult, she actually seeks guidance from a grown man, from him, right? From him as a grown man. So I would say, and then release him to his journey. It may absolutely be of no interest to him to come into his masculine reclamation. That's fine. If he wants to remain in this place where he is in dynamic with the women of the world as he is, that is not your business any longer. So yeah, I would say if you can sort of hold those three concepts, you are literally doing work for the collective, for all of us. So I thank you for listening to that. I